What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And President Trump did something the other day that I heard about on the news. And I had to say to myself, he's a better man than me, bottom line. Apparently, you know, Jerry Nadler, remember him, the guy who was constantly in pursuit of the president, like the Wile E. Coyote is in pursuit of the Roadrunner. I mean, he wants to take him down. Well, remember a couple weeks ago when Jerry Nadler went down, you know, he was in the game and all of a sudden you saw him start slipping. And Jerry, you need something? Huh? What? I'm good. And then, you know, they had to call a timeout, get him out of the game. Let's stretch him out, make sure he don't pull anything, get him some Exceed, maybe some Gatorade, get him loose. Somebody needs to get in for Jerry. Yeah, President Trump could have easily took that as an opportunity to blast him, you know, get on there, you know, because every time the president says something or the Republicans say something, it's always pounce, you know. President Trump took this opportunity to pounce on the Democrats or whatever. He could have pounced on him, you know, he could have got on the news or on Twitter and say, you know, sickly Nadler needs to sit down, you know, something like that, come up with a clever nickname for him. But instead, he did something that was so noble. And I don't even think he wanted it to be public, but Sarah Huckabee, she said it this morning on the morning show. They asked her about it. You know, I guess it was a rumor, so they asked her about it, and she confirmed it. President Trump called this guy in the hospital. Now, here's what's so noble about that. He was able to overlook Nadler's obvious disdain for him and hatred, knowing that soon as Nadler get out the hospital, it's back to business as usual, attacking the president, trying to get him impeached, you know, demonizing him, all of those things. But to be humble enough to call this man and say, hey, look, man, calling to check on you. I saw you almost went down the other day. It was like they just called a timeout for a minute, like, thanks, President, you know, I appreciate it. But tomorrow, you know, we're going to be back at it, right? Yeah, I know. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swallow my pride and I'm going to do the right thing and check on you. Now, honestly, I do think Nadler probably does need to go somewhere and sit down, but it was very noble of the president to set aside all of that partisanship and anger and hatred towards him. That is, without a doubt, President Trump's enemy. If they were animals, then Nadler would be a hyena, and President Trump would be a lion. I mean, just straight bucking heads. Nadler would be a pussycat, and President Trump would be a pit bull. Yeah, and they would be going at it. So that would be like a cat falling out of the tree, you know, and end up in the vet, and the dog calls him up like, hey, listen, man, I heard you lost one of your lives today. Yeah, it was a tough one, man. I jumped. I thought the branch was a little stronger, and it snapped, and man, woke up in the vet. Yeah, that happens sometime. Well, hey, look, man, I hope you get better. How many more lives you got? 7? Okay, I'm gonna take about 2 of those tomorrow once you get out the hospital. Okay. All right, see you then. Bye-bye. You know, that's how noble it was. You know, set aside all the differences and had a noble conversation, I guess. But anyway, I'm sure you won't be hearing about that from CNN, MSNBC, or any of them. You know, they want to make it seem like anything Trump does or says is evil. They'll never highlight the good stuff, or they'll just distort it. A rumor has it President Trump called Jerry Nadler in a hospital and cursed him. Told him he hopes he choked tonight on a chicken bone in his sleep. Because, you know, you're such an overeater, you probably eat chicken bones in the middle of the night, Nadler. Yeah, it's chicken bone eating Nadler, that's what he called him. And, you know, I don't know what else we can expect out of this president. I mean, there's no end. There's no end. Anything he says, you just can't predict what will come out of his mouth. But I do say this, I predict it to always be evil. That's what I predict. Anyway, check me out Wednesday nights, 7:30 live on YouTube. And also my radio blog talk show. Don't forget to check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. The link to them is in the bottom of this video. If you click on it and you like something, put my name in the promo code Kevin. You'll get a 20% discount. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. And find me on Facebook and the Twitter. All right, and don't be eating no chicken bones in the middle of the night because you can't choke on them. There's a reason that you don't give dogs chicken bones. Yeah, they'll choke you all the way up. Anyway, God bless. Now, wouldn't that be a horrible way to die? You know, I mean, I always imagine myself going out in a blaze of glory. Like, you know, you get to heaven and people up there like, so how did you get here? What happened to you? Oh, man, I died saving a busload of orphans that were going off of a cliff, held on to the bus, you know, until they got to help all the kids off. Is everybody off? And that's, you know, got drug off. But to get up there and you hear all the noble stories in there, get to use like, so how did you get here? Choked on the chicken bone. What did you say? I choked on a chicken bone. Did you just say he choked? Hey, Jim, come here. This guy choked on a chicken bone with me. What were you doing eating chicken in the middle of the night? You know, I'd hate to have to explain that around all the other saints in heaven. If, you know, that's a bad way to go out. Anyway, God bless. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.